Good day, students. How are you? In the last class, we talked about tangency and the principle of tangency. But the topic I have for you today, we're going to isometric circles. And how do we draw these isometric circles? We're going to consider that in the next slide. Look at our objectives. Students should be able to explain isometric projection of circle. Then, two, to state the methods of drawing isometric circles. And three, to understand by modeling the drawing of isometric circle using approximate method. So if look at isometric circles. So isometric circle is the circles on isometric plane can be drawn using the three methods which I'm going to explain in this discourse. But in this one, you can see that circles on the isometric plane will appear as ellipse, whether on a block or in a curve profile. So it is assumed that you cannot draw a circle or a circular object directly on a block because you are looking at that object at different angles. So for you to draw a circle on isometric plane, you can be only represented using elliptical structure. So in our next slide, we're going to see different methods to draw isometric circle on isometric plane. Now look at, these are the methods. Number one is circle construction by coordinates. Two, circle construction by circumscribing method. And as well, circle construction by approximate method. Because of the time frame given in this video, we are going to consider circle construction by approximate method to draw a circle on a block. Now let's look at the block view. You can see the block. How do you represent this circle on the block? We can use approximate circle method, which we're going to consider in our next slide. So now let's look at it. This is the question. Given the isometric block dimension 60 mm by 60 mm in height and breadth. So we're asked to inscribe a circle of 25 mm radius into the block, two views. So I'm going to draw a box having three views, that's 3D shapes, where we're going to inscribe the circles, two circles into two views of the block using approximate method. So now let's look at, in our next slide, we're given 60 mm by 60 mm. So in my view, you can see, we assume that this is the box we are talking about. To have a view like this. So it is assumed on the isometric plane that this angle is 30 degrees. Now, how do we inscribe using this method? Remember, in the question, we are asked to inscribe a circle radius of 25 mm. That means that the dimension, the diameter will be 50 mm in structure. So, what do? We assume that the length here is 60 mm. From here to this end is 60 mm. Now, how do you do that? Now, with your ruler, you measure from this end. Remember, this is 60 mm. This is 60 mm length. Then if you take 0.5 here, mark from this end, from end A, and then end B, another 0.5 mm here. So that means this 0.5 centimeter you have taken here and 0.5 centimeter you have taken here, and made this place 50 mm. Then the same thing, we take from this end to this end 0.5, from this end to this end 0.5, from this end to this end 0.5, from this end 0.5, from this end 0.5, from this end to this end 0.5. So from the edges, you measure 0.5 from the end. Now let's say this A, B, C, D end. So what do? You join the 0.5 mm to this end, then you join this one as well. Then for this one, in a very fine thin line, then you join this one. So you can see in between is now 50 mm. The length from here to here is 50 mm. From here to here is 50 mm. From here to 50 mm. From here to here is 50 mm. So what do? You take your compass, but before that, you place your pencil end point here, and you draw a faint line connecting the diagonals together. So next thing is for you to take your compass. You can take your compass. This one is similarly referring to compass you have at all. So you place one end here. Yeah. Placing the middle point of your compass there. Then you drag it to this end. Okay. Before that, you connect, since this place to here is 50, from here to here is 50 mm. From here to here is 50 mm. From here to here to 50 mm. Locate the center line. So what are the center lines? You draw your center lines, a thin line from here. Then you draw your center line here. So what do? So you place your compass here. Compass here. Then you drag the pencil point end here. Then you draw, hack, reverse it again, place the point, the needle point here, and drag the pencil end here. The same dimension. That means dimension you're going to use is from here to here. Just place the compass end here, then reverse it again. With the same dimension, draw, connect these 2 points. That means place it here, then drag it to one end and draw it. Then, what do you do next? Here, from this point to this point, then you place your compass here, then you complete the drawing this way. This way. So you can have a perfect ellipse drawn in between them. So I want you to do this one. You can be represented as well on this side and as well on this side. So in our next class, just communicate to me on the Google stream so that we can do more justice to this drawing. God bless you.